cataclysm raining down. Inside's crying, save me now. You were there, impossibly alone. Do you feel cold and lost in desperation? You build up hope, but failure's all you've known. Remember all the sadness and frustration, and let it go. Good morning, gents. A little Linkin Park to start your Sunday morning off right. A little comedy mixed in there as well. This is the Commish coming to you live from Scarborough, Maine. Yes, sir. Okay. Let's focus. Week 10, Fantasy Football League. Yes, so basically this was just saying, Eamon, you got absolutely rolled last week by the champ. Everyone's status is very up in the air for the playoffs, except Halim. You're not going to make it. And that's a whole separate issue we'll get into. It's not funny. Maybe he tries. We don't know. This is my commentator here with me today. So Halim, we'll get into this here in a little bit. You've still got Le'Veon Bell on your active roster. He's clearly on IR, has been for a little while now. As a commissioner, certainly you are a part of the Nasty Nine. We appreciate that. But when it comes to the Fantasy Football League, Cardinal sin, continuing to play players who are on IR, moving into next season, I don't know if we're going to be able to let that go. We'll have to put this to a vote for the league, potentially find a replacement, as it just affects the rest of the standings, because then someone gets a real nice soft matchup and really affects the playoff seeding, and it's not fair to everybody else. So that'll be an issue for the end of the season. The text message thread, it sounds like Angel, Gerard, and JP are going to have the checks en route soon. Eamon and Halim going to need those those checks soon, so that way when we get close to the end I can divvy out the money appropriately. Oh, let's see what else we got here for Week 10. Woke up this morning, watched a little Sports Center. Rousey got smoked by Holly Holm. So that was pretty interesting to see. Poll question will reflect this. Let's move on down the list here. So, obviously, Griff's having a little bit of lunch, a little mac and cheese. Obviously, it's not G-free, so I can't eat it. Let's see, gonna have some oranges. I'm about to have an Omission beer here, and I'm also snacking on some Snyder's barbecue pretzel rods, also G-free. So Week 10, still playoff seeding, very unknown at this point, way too much up in the air. This week is going to go a long way to really start to get a little bit of separation. There we go, boys, a little Omission. That's good. And let me see, what else? JP, that was wise on the pickup for Starks, as surprisingly, first-round pick Eddie Lacy is now being benched. Way to be on top of that, have James Starks ready to go, kind of help you out there. Okay, only 3 weeks left after this week's games. It's getting down to crunch time, boys. Let's focus, get those lineups in, make smart decisions. So, looking at all the matchups, I could have gone with any of them, really, because everyone's a 5-4, 4-5 matchup, except for Robbie at 7-2 there. But that could be a big game, and if Robbie loses, it's really going to cloud the picture even more about playoff seeding moving forward. So we will see how that goes. Myself, my game is probably one of the closer ones. 0.9 is the differential right now, but I don't like to do myself. So we're going to go with the man who's on a roll, the champ, Angel, versus the defending champ, Malik. Angels had a rough start to the season, 0-3, had a couple of tough losses, but since then he is 4-2. Most recently, he has won his last 2 games in convincing fashion, and he's going up against Malik this week. So let's, I didn't have a lot of time to do stats and stuff, so we're just going to quickly break it down. So Angel picking up Eli, who I just dropped a few days ago. I was thinking about playing Bridgewater. Yeah, I'm watching a little fantasy show right now. Probably still going to roll Palmer out, so I guess I didn't have to drop Eli. So Malik, I apologize if Eli goes off, but I also didn't want to have Eli going against the Pats today and watch that game and be cheering for Eli. I just couldn't do it. So I think it's a decent play, Angel, because Eli does have the Patriots' number to some extent. But Malik's got Derek Carr. Derek Carr, second only to Tom Brady as far as touchdown passes right now, with 20 touchdown passes and I think only 4 interceptions. Derek Carr having a great season. They're playing Minnesota Vikings. That defense can be had. I think both these guys put up solid numbers. Let's move down to the running backs. Clearly, this favors Angel here. He's got AP and the newly appointed starter DeAngelo Williams for the Pittsburgh Steelers because Le'Veon Bell is out, although Halim must not know that because he's still on his active roster. Here, have another orange or two. So, yes. AP and DeAngelo. Malik's got Lamar Miller, who is starting to pick it up now with the new coach. He's getting more touches. He's getting more yards. I like it. But Malik's starting Duke Johnson. That's a flyer. Maybe 8 points max out of them. It's no question the running back check mark goes to Angel. Coming down farther the list, Angel's got Randall Cobb. Brandon Marshall already played. Ted got the benefit with Eric Decker on the Jets game, getting the most points, 17.5 by Decker. Ted, that's well played by you. So Marshall's already locked in at 9.8. Mediocre game. Randall Cobb should, Rodgers has got to be pissed. He's playing terrible. They're going against a weak Detroit team. Cobb's going to have a nice game today. Malik's got Demaryius Thomas and Martavis Bryant. Pittsburgh, unfortunately Landry Jones is the quarterback. Big Ben, likes to throw it up to Bryant, but so does Landry. So he's definitely going to go to him once or twice on a big 50, 60-yard play today. Can Bryant bring it in? We will see. Demaryius Thomas going against Kansas City. Hard place to play. Kansas City's got a decent defense, and it looks like Emmanuel Sanders is going to be out as well. So more focus is going to be on Demaryius. Reasonable game, I think. And then as we move down here to the flex, Angel's got Dez, and Malik's got 2 tight ends. Dez has got to shut his mouth and just play football. Getting a little tired of listening to him run his mouth and really minimal production this year. So put up or shut up, Dez. If you want to toss the X up, score a touchdown. We'll see what happens. Still he's suffering from the quarterback play there. I think he starts to get back on track, but I don't think he has a huge day today. I think there's too much else going on, and he's just too distracted right now. But I think I will overall give a slight edge to Angel on the wideouts. Let's see, tight ends. Angel's got Delaney Walker, decent play. Malik has got the 2 tight end set rolling with Olsen and Eifert. I love that. Both of them heavily targeted, heavily involved in the offense. Oh, you're out of oranges. So looking at the rest of Malik's team, I think that's the right play. He doesn't have anybody else on his bench that could really be in there instead of the 2 tight ends. So that's going to be a big thing for Malik here. I definitely give the edge on the tight ends to Malik without question. Defense, Rams and Steelers, pretty close. I might go slightly to the Rams here, and then kickers, Hauschka and Tucker. Kind of a toss-up. But looking down it, I have to tend to agree with some of the previous stats from ESPN. I think he keeps rolling, folks. He's dangerous. He's getting hot at the right time. I think Angel picks up his 3rd win in a row this week. I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with here as we move forward because he's putting up big points. He's got a ton of points for. So any tiebreaker, he's basically just going to smoke people. And honestly, looking at our records, I think that's what it's going to come down to. I think that 6th playoff spot is going to be a couple of people with the same record, and it's just who scored the most points this season. If Angel finds himself in that position, it's a done deal. He's in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. Match for the week. You heard it here, Kamish going with Angel again. I've been featuring him a lot lately, but why not? Because he's on fire. He's putting up points, and he's making this end of the season playoff push interesting. So here we go. A lot of close matchups this week. This is going to go a long way to start to differentiate some seeding over the next couple of weeks here. I'll find some chick to throw up on the webpage per usual. Again, get your money in. It's been posted on the website for almost 2 months now, my address. Send those checks in, and I will divvy out the $750, $250 after the championship game. Good to see you, boys. Hit that poll question. Hit the message boards. Stay active. Everyone's still in it, except Halim. and enjoy the games. We will see you next week. Griff? Nothing to say from Griff. All right, peace.